5 conspiracy theories that turned out to be true. We all have our fair share of conspiracy theories and thoughts that would do better to stay beneath the tinfoil hat. However, how many of those theories do you think actually hold up to actually be true? Today we're going to talk about 5 more conspiracy theories that turned out to be real. First up, the Watergate scandal. In the 1970s, President Nixon's administration was involved in a major cover-up. It was a major political scandal in the United States that ultimately led to Nixon's resignation in 1974. Essentially, they tried to bug the Democratic National Committee headquarters. After a series of thorough investigations, they found this to be completely true. The FBI uncovered a massive campaign of political spying and sabotage directed by White House officials and illegally funded by donor contributions. Nixon denied any wrongdoing several times and even appeared on television to deny wrongdoing on his part and to announce the resignation of his aides. Eventually, a staggering 48 people were found guilty of Watergate-related crimes, but Nixon was pardoned by his vice president and successor, Gerald Ford. Next, let's talk about the Manhattan Project. During World War II, the US funded a research and development program to produce the first ever nuclear weapons. Their mission was to end the war and establish absolute dominance. The project was led by the famous nuclear physicist Robert Oppenheimer. The Manhattan Project was started in response to fears that German scientists had been working on a weapon using nuclear technology since the 1930s, and that Adolf Hitler was prepared to use it. The project yielded the 2 dreaded atomic bombs, Little Boy and Fat Man, that were detonated in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. While this information has been declassified for some time now, the project actually faced threats of espionage during the war, but was fortunately kept as a well-guarded secret, and a conspiracy theory at best to the Germans and Japanese. Third on our list is the Iran-Contra affair. Also known as the Iran Initiative, officials in the Ronald Reagan administration secretly facilitated the sale of arms to Iran from 1981 to 1986. They used the money to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua, despite a ban by Congress. The administration's justification for the arms shipments was that they were part of an operation to free 7 US hostages being held in Lebanon by Hezbollah, an Islamist paramilitary group with Iranian ties connected to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Some within the Reagan administration hoped the sales would influence Iran to get Hezbollah to release the hostages. Despite the scandal, a series of investigations found no conclusive evidence that President Reagan himself knew of the extent of the multiple programs. In March 1987, Reagan made a further nationally televised address, saying he was taking full responsibility for the affair and stating that what began as a strategic opening to Iran deteriorated in its implementation into trading arms for hostages. Number 4 is the big tobacco cover-up. For decades, tobacco companies hid the dangers of smoking. From the 1950s to the 90s, they manipulated research and public opinion. It has come to light that tobacco companies have known for over 40 years that cigarette smoke contains cancer-causing particles, but deliberately hid the information from the public. Researchers even found out that cigarettes had a radioactive particle in the mix called polonium, which played a big role in the contraction of lung cancer. But here's the kicker. The same researchers claimed that tobacco companies could have removed this radiation through techniques discovered decades ago but chose not to. The reason behind their refusal to remove this particle was that the tobacco industry was concerned the techniques would make nicotine more difficult to be absorbed by smokers' brains, depriving them of the addictive nicotine rush. Pretty shady, right? Lastly, the Gulf of Tonkin incident. In 1964, the US government claimed North Vietnamese forces attacked American ships, leading to the Vietnam War escalation. Years later, it was revealed the incident was exaggerated to justify the war. This conflict started when United States forces were carrying out covert amphibious operations close to North Vietnamese territorial waters, which triggered a response from North Vietnamese forces. Of course, a confrontation ensued, but the United States government blew it out of proportion, accusing Vietnam of being in the wrong. The National Security Agency, an agency of the US Defense Department, even went so far as to deliberately skew intelligence to create the impression that an actual attack had been carried out. The outcome of the incident was US President Lyndon B. Johnson granting the authority to assist any Southeast Asian country whose government was considered to be jeopardized by communist aggression. The resolution served as Johnson's legal justification for deploying US conventional forces to South Vietnam and the commencement of open warfare against North Vietnam. If these 5 turned out to be true, who knows what else might be? Remember to always question what you read and do your own research. Who knows? Maybe you'll come up with a theory that'll hold up just like the rest of these, exposing more than what we already know.
Thank you for watching Amazing Time Capsule. Don't forget to like, follow, and share. If you love our content, please send stars. Your support helps us make more videos like this.